Hopla, and welcome to my Let's Play / stream of Star Trek Online. This is part 34 of my KDF character, my Gorn Tactical Officer, and this is New Romulus part 3. We're going to be doing stuff down here in the Paehhos Crater. So we have some missions to do down here to help out. So we will help out here. Do apologise, but we seem to be having some issues. Hopefully they have resolved themselves, but you know, never know with this with the way state PSN is at the moment, so you have to bear with me. So just gotta do my usual I am streaming. Cracking on with New Romulus. Okay, right. Okay, so we're going to be doing some helping out here. So we've got to turn in, collect and turn in plant samples, observe wildlife, and maintain security. So when you come down to the Paehhos Crater. Now you don't have to do this. You just speak to this to the research leader over here, and he'll give you the Overgrown mission, so you don't have to mess about. But if you want to do what I'm currently doing, I'm going to speak to this man here and offer to help out. But don't forget to log into the old thingamajiggy there. So let's go and. So we've got perform security and observe the wildlife. Now the security part of this is that we will be attacked by Hirogen soldiers, so just bear that in mind. I seem to be having some issues today streaming. I mean, I've had getting a few errors. I don't know if it's because it's Friday evening and everyone's trying to stream, or it's just PSN being generally dicks. If you're watching this back, it won't affect you. Now again, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this as a time filler. Just go in and do the Overgrown mission, and then it'll be over and done with. I mean, it's a bit short hop in out, show you all about. Now sometimes they will attack like that. There's a Hirogen friend. He was around here somewhere. Yeah, they sometimes will turn hostile. And sometimes they don't. Turn hostile. Oh. Hirogen will just randomly appear at whenever the hell they feel like it, because they're Hirogen and they're annoying. Well, be prepared for them to attack you. Prepared mind equals prepared. I'm trying to be clever there, but it didn't work. So that should take us over the top. Okay, so we have resolved the Paehhos mission, so we can go and speak with the researcher here, and we'll get the Overgrown cave mission. We've received a message from the science team exploring a series of caves in the Paehhos Crater area. They seem to be having trouble and now one of the scientists is missing. It may be nothing, but I feel better if we have a trained team check it out. Please find the science team leader in the Overgrown caves. She'll be able to tell you more. Okay, so heading to the caves. I mean, when you do your own playthrough of this game, you can just speed through this. But for the benefits of those with watching this, I'm trying to show how the game used to be. I mean, back in the day, you didn't have to do. You had to do all this. I mean, all those recorded missions, all those recording stuff that you had to go and do all of the Romulan stuff, new Romulus reputations to be able to get the videos, but they've changed it all and it's made it more simpler. So let's talk to the Romulan team leader.
I'm very glad you could take time to assist us. We've been having some strange occurrences lately. Noises we can't identify are being heard deep in the caves, and our supplies keep disappearing. One of my scientists volunteered to investigate, and he hasn't returned. Would you be willing to look for him? Any scans you could take when you're in the caves would also be very helpful.
Yes, we'll look for him. Right. What we got here? Scan the signs. Gain the alien artifact. Got 10 of those to scan, and we've got to locate the missing scientist. Okay. So let's head into this cave and find see if we can find him. The ambient noise on this is interesting. A bit annoying. Yeah, they are related to the sand crab thing, sand scorpions that we met on did I do? Now I'm gonna wonder in myself now, did I actually do the wasteland? I'm pretty sure I did. Always annoying when you second guess yourself. I think I did. No, I didn't. Well, Nimbus 3. Nimbus 3, they're the same creatures. That's what I was meant to say. And I haven't been to Nimbus 3. I haven't done Wasteland, which is strange. Okay, what's going on here? What the hell?
I managed to clear up some of the interference.
Folians?
I am detecting Tholian life signs ahead of your coordinates. Please proceed with caution.
Bloody Folians? Oh, well, shit. We're in captive. Yeah, it's not good. Intruder converging location, deadly force. The Folians seem to be gathering information on the Daewin ruins. They appear to be especially interested in the relationship between the Daewins and the Arconians. Why? You would think a race that basically lives in the warm, they would hate the cold. Oh. Didn't think I should have skipped that. It's unusual to see a plant of this thriving in the underground, Captain. We've known that the people who once lived on this planet retreated to the caves after some type of environmental disaster. Perhaps their bioengineering plants could have survived underground for food sources. We're still seeing the results of their experiments thousands of years later. Yeah, sorry about that. We got here. Translate inscription on unidentified monument. The last of the Daewins, part 4. Oh yeah, you need to complete those, you need to repeat these missions. Because they're like... they're random, basically. access the Paehhos console, see what the Paehhos are up to. The Paehhos seem to be collecting extensive data on the Day 1 technology, and they seem in particular interested in artifacts relating to gateway technology. Paehhos and gateway technology, that is not a good mix because they're extremely xenophobic. I mean, you think the Klingons are bad? Oh boy. Paehhos are a lot worse. They have a very nasty disposition when it comes to other alien races. He wasn't even the captain. He's the boss. There he is. Close to Paehhos portal. Get the information on that. Scan the console, see what they're up to. Captain, the Paehhos have several flora samples in quarantine. They may be attempting small experiments to see if the planet could be more habitable to them without environmental suits. Of course, if the planet is habitable to Paehhos, it will be uninhabitable to humanoids. Yes. So I'm detecting an unusual energy signature here. This is similar to the rifts on Nakura Prime, but more stable, and we know that the Paehhos are trying to harness the rifts as a form of transportation to other dimensions. If I had to guess, I would say that it could be a Paehhos transporter. Wouldn't want to try it though. There's no telling where we would end up. Where's your sense of adventure, Frack? Okay, now as with the base, you can't beam out, so I'm glad you were able to find the missing scientist. I've never expected those cases to be overrun with Paehhos. We'll be sending more security down to protect the science team, but they are determined to finish their work. Thanks to you, they'll have a chance to. So sonic compression, that's confirm that, but we can't beam out yet because we need to do an additional mission here. Which is the web access.
We received another anonymous message. This time, it's about something going on in one of the old cave systems. Check it out and report back to me personally. As always, this information is classified.
Tal Shair aren't our biggest problem. As you've probably seen, Paehhos have an interest in this planet too. Go to the cave entrance in the small crater in the forest. Find the Paehhos console. Use these codes. They have to work. They have to. So here it is at the back. So otherwise you've got to do the mission all over again. So input the codes, and I'm going to be quiet so you can watch the cutscene. These Paehhos access codes look like they'll give us a tunnel directly into their main system logs. Accessing now. They work. Are you ready to view the logs? I am. like I said, extremely xenophobic. Wait, does that mean the Folin's attack on the vault is nothing more than a distraction? Also, why are these artifacts so important? Perhaps preparing to submit the recording to command, sir. And we are done. So now we can beam out. Take the cave. Get Frack with us. Should be us done unless there's another recording. I'm not too sure. Unless we go directly straight to the ruins. I think there might be another recorded back in New Romulus if they're back at the city staging area. Yeah, there is. So we have another cutscene. So latest findings. Greetings, the Master. The TAN has formally requested your presence in one of the research facilities in the city of New Romulus. Please report immediately. Thank you. So I'll add that onto this actually. So otherwise I'll tack that onto this, and then I think we're just 2 missions away from finishing New Romulus then. A mission away from finishing New Romulus, so transport back to the staging area. We get 2 cutscenes. Lucky you people. We'll report our findings to the TAN. See me music, I'll dwarf him. Up into the city we go. Attend research presentation. I assume you're here to attend the meeting with the TAN.
I'm grateful for all you've done for our colony. We wouldn't be as far along as we are without your assistance. That's why I wanted you here today, to hear for yourself some of what we found. Doctor?
What we found in our archaeological surveys is that the planet was populated long before our people arrived after the Sundering. We've discovered multiple ruins from that time period that correspond to the few historical records we still have. Most of our data from that era was lost with the homeworld.
And the sword?
I'm ready to confirm that the blade found at the battle site is the sword of the Raptor Star. We don't have a visual record of the sword, but the one we have matches written accounts, and a quantum analysis shows signs of masterwork. Something like this could have only been made by Saharian.
We were right to come here. The sword will become a symbol of our reborn civilization. You were saying there was an earlier culture. What do you know about them?
The oldest ruins we found are approximately 150,000 years old, but I suspect that there may be some even older, based on preliminary findings that are still being analyzed. These people were quite advanced. While the oldest ruins show a culture that was defined by its devotion to a series of deities, later they developed technology, art, even spaceflight. Roughly 150,000 years ago, however, there was some sort of worldwide seismic event. Every volcano on the planet erupted, presumably blocking out the sun. Ambient temperatures dropped dramatically. The radiation count spiked. We're still repairing that damage. The survivors of this cataclysm retreated to caves in the warmest areas of the planet, but they died out soon afterward.
And what caused this event?
We're still working on that. We have found a new site deep underground near an active volcano, but there are massive power spikes unrelated to the magma flow. If there is a source of the seismic instability, it should be there. We would have to send down a team to investigate, though, and it is quite dangerous. I wouldn't send anyone down without an environmental suit. I could go myself, but...
I'm not ready to authorize you to do that, Doctor. Our people have too few scientists left. You and your crew are better equipped and trained for something like this. I know I'm asking a great deal, especially after all the help you've given us already. But your being here shows that my people and yours don't have to be adversaries. Not anymore. Not all Romulans think cooperation like this is possible. I do. Are you willing to see it through to the end?
Yes, because I have to. Looks like it's up to us, sir. And we are prepared for a 4-way team for the assignment. Also should note that we have been given permission to view the security footage from that presentation, just to return to the location and ask for a security officer. Shall we report these findings? So, with that, we should be now just one mission away from finishing Romulus. Yeah. So we've got 2 more missions and then we'll start, and then I'm going to do the Lost Dominion, because that's my favourite mission. Yeah, we'll do Lost Dominion. So thank you very much for watching, and Qapla', and remember, stay frosty and never turn your back on a brain. Ciao.